I forgot. Humphrey, our favorite camel. Humphrey, I'm sorry, buddy. I almost forgot about you. It's okay, Annamarie. I still love you. Oh, I still love you too, Humphrey. Can I say good morning to the peeps? Oh, yes, yes. Good morning, peeps. Oh, Humphrey, yes. And Humphrey, we've been talking about water today. Oh, yes, water. I know camels, they drink a bunch of water, and then it stores up in the hump by hump. And then I could go for miles and miles and days and days without having anything to drink. Humphrey, you are so smart. You are so smart. Thank you for teaching us that today. So camels can go for days and days and days without water, and camels actually are like a walking water reservoir. Yeah. We have to hump right there. It stores our water. It stores the water. See, God created us. He created us so that we don't get thirsty too much. Oh, yes, that's really good. It's really, really good. And you know what? Even though the people were in a desert, God made sure the camels could go really, really far. And then the camels could carry water in canteens. Oh, yes, the camels would carry the water. So you have your own little hump to store water in your body. And then when the people had to walk through the desert where there wasn't fresh water for a long time, they had camels that could carry big canteens of water and barrels of water and carry it for a long time. So the camels carry their own water, and then camels were the first truckers, right? Yes. Camels were the first truckers. They carry big barrels of water on their back, and they carry big canteens of water so that people would have something to drink in the desert. Oh, yes. So even when the people had to walk through a dry desert, God still made sure that he brought the right helpers around with the camels, and he brought all the right storage things for them to store water. Then he brought them to clean water. Yes. Remember the story, Annamarie, where Moses and the people, after they crossed the Red Sea and they started walking in the desert, they were thirsty. Oh, yes, I remember that story. It's true. It's very true in the Bible. Moses was bringing the people out of Egypt, and they crossed over the Red Sea, and God drowned their enemies behind them. And as they were walking into the desert, they had their camels and their cattle and their horses and all their stuff, and they were getting thirsty. And they asked Moses, "Could you lead us to fresh water?" Well, they found a watering hole, like a little pond, but when they got there, the water was dirty. The water was all dirty. So what happened, Humphrey? Well, Moses went to God and he said, "God, the water's dirty and the people can't drink it, but they're thirsty and you are our provider." So God told Moses to get a tree branch and stir the water up with a tree branch. And Moses obeyed God, and he took the tree branch, and he stirred up the dirty water. And when he did that, the water became clean and pure and sparkling. And the people and their cows and their sheep and their horses and even their camels, and they all drank the clean water. And then God made sure they got plenty to store for the rest of the trip. Yes, he did. And he provided water again. He did. He provided water again. Yes, he did. Later on in their trip in the desert, they were thirsty again. And they went to Moses and said they needed water again. And God provided. And this time, God miraculously brought water out of a rock. God brought water out of a rock? What kind of rock was it? Well, it was a really big rock, and Moses went to the rock and he hit the rock with his staff, and because God said to bring forth the water out of the rock. But the people were all complaining, and Moses said, "God tells you people, Do not complain. Did he not bring you water before? Oh, that's right. That's right. The people, they didn't have faith. They didn't have their faith. They were complaining. And they said, Moses, we're thirsty. We need water right now. And they were mad. And they were complaining. And Moses was giving Moses a headache. Yes, the people were giving Moses a headache. Because Moses said, don't you realize that God is going to provide for you? He provided water miraculously before. He's going to keep providing water. But people forget what God did before. People forget the good that God did, what God did before. Well, how can the people forget what God did before? If God gave them clean water before, He's going to give them clean water again. That's right, Humphrey. If God gave the people clean water before when it looked impossible, He's got to bring them clean water again when it looks impossible. So God says, don't worry about what your water's going to come from. Don't worry if the water's dirty. Don't worry if it looks like there's no water. Because God can do the impossible. Where there's no way, God makes a way. Yes, it's true. Where there's no way, God made the way. And then the people, they had to stop their complaining. They had to stop their stinking thinking. Ooh, stinking thinking. Annamarie, can I wear the stop it hat? Okay, Humphrey. Humphrey wants to put on the stop it hat. Okay, you ready, Humphrey? Stop it. Stop complaining and stop worrying where your clean water gonna come from. Because God will always make a way. That's right, Humphrey. He did it for the children of Israel. He'll do it for us. You are such a good camel, Humphrey. You have learned so well how good our God is. Never to fear, never to worry, never to complain. If God can bring things that seem impossible before, He can do it again. Amen? Amen. Okay, Humphrey, listen, we're going to do mail call in just a little bit because it's Camel Day. And Humphrey and Darling from Jerusalem, our camel from Jerusalem, are going to open the mail in just a little bit. I have just a little bit of mail here. And looks like we got some cards and some letters. So we will open up the mail from y'all in just a little bit. Okay, Humphrey, you go over here. Okay, I love you, peeps. I love you. Remember, all of heaven cheering you on. Woohoo! Oh, Humphrey, you are so sweet. All right, buddy. All right, we couldn't forget about Humphrey. And what a good teaching Humphrey just brought us.